Here is a packaged report put together by our correspondent, Oyemi Ajayi.
Recently, the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari assented to the amendment of 16 bills, meaning the visibility of the fifth alteration of the 1999 Constitution. One of these bills is the amendment of the Nigerian Railway Act 1955, which now moves the railway transportation from exclusive to concurrent list, creating the avenue for the states to be in control of the train services in their domains. States will now be able to make laws regulating establishment and operation of rail services within their territories, while interstate rail will remain the federal government's responsibility. Many say moving rail development to the concurrent list emphasizes the government's demonstration of its commitment to the consolidation of the Nigerian Railway Development Master Plan. The indication of this is that the Abuja Rail Mass Transit, commonly known as Abuja Light Rail, will be controlled by the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, while the Lagos Blue Line Rail will be under the authority of the Lagos State Government. Experts in rail transportation believe the states are sitting on new opportunities as the law now empowers states to own, design and operate rail systems. What level of growth will this bring towards the development of the country? And how well, indeed, can the states utilize these opportunities? These are some questions guests already seated will be answering shortly.
Thank you very much, Oyemi Ajayi, for that background. Now, with us in the studios to discuss the implications of the transfer, if you like, or the relocation of railways from the exclusive legislative list to the concurrent legislative list, we have with us in the studios Rowland Ataguba. Ataguba is Managing Director, CEO of Bethlehem Rail in London. Ataguba, we're glad to have you in our studios this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now, also here with us in the studios is Dr. Aminu Musa Yusuf, Deputy National President of the Chartered Institute of Transport and Logistics. Dr. Aminu Yusuf, good morning and welcome to Good Morning Nigeria.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good morning, Nigeria.
And with us at the Amakrudi Network Studio is Mani Ochuboju, a transport consultant and legal practitioner. He's also a regular on our show. Good morning, Mani, and welcome to the program today.
Good morning, Korean. Good morning, viewers.
All right, Mani, we're glad that you are with us. Mani is a regular on Good Morning Nigeria, of course, along with Rowland Ataguba. The last time we tried to get you, you were at the airport and the Zoom connection wasn't quite crisp. But let's commence the conversation straight away. There had been agitations over the years for the removal of the monopoly status, if you like, of railways in the country on account of the placement of railways under the exclusive legislative list to the concurrent legislative list. That has now happened with one of the amendments to the Constitution, and the subject matter that we've been discussing yesterday. Our focus was on the electric power sector. We've also discussed the prisons, now correctional services, along, of course, with a bouquet of other amendments. So beginning with Rowland Ataguba, is this a new deal, potentially and actually?
Oh yeah, it's a game changer. We've been advocating for this for a very long time, and it's fantastic that it's happened. In fact, the Constitution amendment, of all the reform and restructuring advocacy we've been doing about railways, going back nearly 20 years now, so it's not new. The Constitution amendment was deemed as the more difficult to do, and we went ahead with the Railway Act to amend the Railway Act. And it's turned out now that we've been able to get the Constitution amendment through, whilst the Railway Bill remains pending. So all effort is now going to concentrate on having the Railway Act passed or amended. Now, in terms of what next or implications of it, I mean, basically, we've opened up the space. States or subnational governments and private investors can now come into the railways as investors. And we're also encouraging competition because the NRC monopoly status is essentially being broken now.
Okay, thank you. I think as we make progress in this conversation, there are issues we've raised now, which it's hard for us to re-dissect, for our viewers to understand where you're coming from as a professional. Because, of course, over the years, we've always known Nigerian Railway Corporation, where states do not make any contribution to its operations or ownership. Okay, let's bring in Dr. Aminu Musa Yusuf here now. This is a giant stride, for some Nigerians, who believe that this is a game changer when it comes to rail transportation in the country. Right. All right. Now, states have always cried out of having insufficient funds, to run their states in terms of different sectors of our national life that the states have to focus on and deal with. How do you think that the subnational governments will make effect or will make a positive, input into what has now been removed from the exclusive to concurrent list, that's bringing them in to be part of the rail system? Do you think it's a possibility, being in transport for a long time now?
Yeah, thank you, Kieran. I would say states have been yearning, of course, for rail development, especially those that have metropolitan areas like Lagos. Kano is trying to bring in some also rail mass transit. Even Kaduna, my state, have been trying to bring in rail transport. Without this particular concurrent list, they cannot be able to do that in a, smoothly, because there is monopoly, like engineer has said. Nigeria Railway Corporation was established in 1955. Well, the Act 1955. The Gazette came out in 1965. Initially it was during colonial period. Lagos government, Lagos Railway that time, they were constructing right from Lagos up to Baro, up to Mina. Then Northern Nigeria government constructed up to between Kano and Baro. Then they are merged in that year, by that act. Now this concurrent list, before when it was exclusive, railway is the owner. Railway is the operator. Railway is the regulator. And for you to build a railway line, you have to acquire right of way, which only federal government can do that in those days. So now states, I'm sure with this particular action, they may not be able to construct intercity, rail development, maybe along the major corridors. Let's say linking Maiduguri to Port Harcourt or Enugu to where. But they will concentrate on intra-urban or intra-city rail development, like Lagos. Look at this Lamata. It's a concession, program. They just finished the blue line. Now, other cities also may come up, especially the mega cities. Let's mention Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Kano, Abuja, even here, Abuja. Of course, it has been, developed, but it's still moribund. It's yet to come up fully. So I think that is the highest advantage.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Aminu Yusuf. Mani Ochuboju, let's bring you into the conversation now. Again, just a reminder to our viewers, sometimes Nigeria, we look for quick fixes. We just think that with this amendment, suddenly you'll have rail lines all over the country, and things will just change overnight. But as Rowland Ataguba has indicated, this amendment to the Constitution is a game changer for the further development of rail services in different parts of the country that can afford such development. In your opinion, what are the likely positive scenarios emerging from this, short-term or long-term?
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to add that on the short term, it is truly a game changer. It is historic. It is revolutionary. it transforms the industry instantly. It opens up the space, it opens up the opportunity for competition, it opens up the space for more investment, employment, and it gives every state the opportunity to participate in this industry. But more importantly, in addition to what Rowland said, yes, the opportunity of transforming the industry may not be overnight because the nature of network infrastructure is such that it doesn't transform overnight. But generally, within 2-3 years, it can be improved upon. Secondly, in the short term, the states can improve on their transport infrastructure. I know states like Cross River, they already have monorail in works. I know a state like River State, they already have their own internal monorail at work. Lagos State seems to be the one everyone is talking about, but these are two states that already have